These two bolts with these two nuts go together to form a puzzle. Now you can initially see that some of those slits move side to side, but there's actually a little container in between this thing. You can kind of see it in there a little bit. It's a nut that's inside there, and you gotta take that little guy out. So this is a level 6 puzzle, I believe, and there's a couple of tricks to it, specifically pertaining to these nuts. Any good thinkers would probably already see right through as to how exactly to do this thing, but let's take it apart and I'll dive in a little bit closer. So taking a bit of a closer look here, we have the case and the nut engravings in each of the nuts, so nothing is so special with any one of them. And then these two pieces do look identical as well. You can kind of pull it apart there and see that the threads move a little bit, so you got to be careful because it can easily get caught up. And then if we look closer at the actual bolts, we can see that there's a tiny slit right there, or like a tiny piece, and it looks like it's attached to the right piece. If we move it around, we see another tiny one that looks connected to the left piece. And then if we keep rotating, looks like there's a wide one and another wide one. So let's go ahead and get those small ones, and we're going to move the nuts all the way down to each end. And what we're going to do is grab the small one at the top and the small one at the bottom, and we're going to try to separate them a little bit. So what we're going to do is on the right nut, we're going to spin it so that the line of the E is going parallel with the line of that little division. Then we're going to move to the spot up above that and try to do that exact same thing with this other nut, but it's giving me a hard time spinning it, so I'm gonna have to... Okay, that got a little more stuck than I thought, so we got it loose now though, so let's keep trying this. So we have to get this bottom part out, and what we do is move this E in line with that bottom part on the right, and on the left we're gonna also move that E to get in line with the top part. And we'll see if this moves, and it should maneuver a little bit, and then if we wiggle things around, it should come right out. But let's try actually this other one above it here. So let's go ahead and grab that E, put it on the left, just right there. Oh, I think it's over a little bit. There we go. And then this one here looks pretty good. There we go. So now that we have that first part disconnected, we're going to line those threads up. And we're actually going to just swivel this nut right off of it, and it should slide right out. But let's see here. Oh, the other one isn't lined up perfectly. So if we do though, it should slide right out, and there it is. Here's the nut that's inside of it. So I don't know, you can kind of put whatever you want in there. I don't know if you guys have any ideas, but I think we'll just keep the nut in there for now, but I'm sure there's a lot of things you could store away in there. But yeah, to finish taking this apart, just take the nuts off, and I'll show you exactly how this puzzle works here in the next part. There's something special with the nuts where it allows you to go ahead and slide them in and out. And obviously it's being a little fussy right now, but there we go. There we go. So yeah, see you then. So taking a closer look, we have these nuts, and they actually have they're only threaded on 2 parts, and those distances are actually the exact same that these are split apart. So that's the biggest reason why. To show you, you can slide these in and out just like, just like this. Yeah. So to put everything back together, what we do is, we'll worry about that nut afterwards. But let's just go ahead and get this guy on here. Just like this. But we got to make sure that case E is in the right spot. And just like that, we can slide it back and forth. And then we also have to make sure this E at the top is in the right spot. And we should be able to just push that on through a little bit. And once you get it kind of in there enough, you can actually line those threads up. You can just twist everything together a little bit. So this one, for example, can move over to the right. And then this one can move on there too. And once they're in that spot, you actually want to get them lined up yet again so that you can push it all the way on. But before you do, you got to get this little nut back inside there through back one. Oh, it just fell right out. So let's go ahead and put that on there, close it up. At this point, you just screw them back together, and that is the Grandmaster, I believe, Cast Nutcase by Hanayama. So let me know what you guys think. See ya.